Good morning, guys. I have the hiccups, so I'm trying to get rid of them. I've been holding my breath off and on for like the last 10 minutes trying to kill it. Oh my gosh. I was like making a cup of coffee and then I was standing in front of the microwave and it just hit. And I was like, come on, are you serious? Right before I go live? Okay, I'll drink some water. Started to drink some water too, right? So I got my water right here in case it hits really hard. I think it's starting to wane a little bit. Let's try the coffee. Oh my gosh. All right, let's see. Let me make sure I have the stream going okay. Let's see, stream health looks good. Good morning, everybody. Ibrahim, Goddess Art, She Spins, Fong, Starred, of course. What's up, guys? So yeah, yesterday was a lot of fun. That was like that was a blast doing that cyborg. It's like now I just want to like create stuff like crazy. It really set me off on the creative vein now. It's like I don't want to stop. But today, somebody asked me yesterday if I would show some old artwork, so at some point I'll pull out the file. So I took pictures of like the old artwork I had like before art school, before 𝔻𝕗𝕒𝕥𝕣𝕒, and then I have some right at the beginning of going to school there. And just between those two you can really see a difference. So I was trying to find the actual physical drawings, but I can't remember where I packed it, because during the move I took there's just tons of portfolios and then I just shrink wrapped them all. So there's like piles and piles of them. And I looked through a couple last night trying to find them, but the ones I kept finding were like they're like 5 years ago. But yeah, I want something way before I even knew how to draw a face. Something before I knew the construction, before I knew the Loomis and the Reilly method and stuff. So we'll go into that pretty soon. I want to do a few. Somebody else asked me to do somebody who's overweight, like fat, and I have a few from Earth's World, which is a really good reference on Instagram. If you haven't checked it out, check them out for sure. Let me type in. Oh, I didn't grab the. Let me grab his. I think I shared that before, yeah. Let me try to find it here. Earth's World. I think I went to his website. But from the website you can get to his actual Instagram feed. So here you go. Here's the link to his website. Really awesome photographer. I talked about him a few times. And I think one of you guys actually got me to check him out. So yeah, let's see. So I don't know which one I want to do first. Oh, where's my chat? Where's my robot chat? All right, hold on. Oh, it is up. I just have to. Okay. All right, now you guys got a voice. So I'm thinking about doing this first one, maybe this one. Very round. Let's see, let me pull this up. What do you think? You want to do this one, guys? Oh, I didn't even put the, dang it, I forgot to put the reference up on my website. Well, you got the link to Earth's World. I'll put the reference after the stream is over. Sorry about that, I totally forgot. Let's see. Let me go back over here. Okay, we should probably get to drawing, huh? Let's see. All right. Blank page, the scariest thing in the world. Gotta start a new drawing. That's what the nice thing about doing like
the square one.
The square one? And the nice thing about doing the that three-parter is like after the first day I can relax because I already have something to work off of. But this is always the hardest part, is like being live with a blank paper. So anyway, so I'm going to start off with this one, and I'm going to use a circle and the cross of the face, and then look for the overall head shape. So you can see her chin really well. So you can get the thirds off of her pretty good, but I think I'll just start off with the circle. And I've also noticed, like, since I've been doing the like the sci-fi stuff, and especially after the cartoon, I noticed that in my normal portrait drawing sessions, I'm starting to exaggerate features and stuff, and I don't think it's bad. I actually like it. So it's really kind of, I think it's opening me up a little bit to.
Hi, Brad. That will stack on shoulder.
Let's see, that voice, it's hard for me to understand that one. I might have to change it. Let's see. Hey, Brad, may the fat will stack on the shoulder. Yeah, I like the definitely. So it's going to change everything. You can't see the anatomy of the neck at all. Like, you can't see the at least you can't see the muscle anatomy, right? So that's going to be interesting. You can't see the big muscle in the neck, the 𝔸𝕟𝕒𝕥𝕣𝕥𝕣𝕗. You can't see the sternum. You can't see the clavicle. So I'm going to rely on the big head shape. So the circle and then the cross of the face. So I'm looking for the angle. And she's at a slight head tilt. I exaggerated it just a little bit. And then I found the center line basically of the entire pose. So this is from your Loomis basic method, cross of the face. And now we're going to look at the thirds, at the hairline. She has a widow's peak, and I'm going to guesstimate, or I can use my pencil and thumb. She has a really short middle third, so from her brow to her tip of her nose is really short compared to like all the other thirds, it looks like. So let's bring the nose, make the tip of the nose there, and then maybe like the widow's peak is going to be about right here. And then her chin looks a little bit longer than the other thirds. That's the bottom of the chin. And so let's go over here down to the center of the face, little keystone. I just want to get a kind of a structure of the nose first, get something to
It's Lego, but what you don't start with it.
let's see. So I made her nose a little bit different shape. I'm going to keep it very blocky. It almost looks like an upside down kite shape, like a diamond sitting upside down maybe. And then we have the side plane. You can see more of the head on this side than this side. And then let's see. So now I'm just going to try to get the overall shape of the head. I'm still warming up. I probably should have done a bunch of circles that I always talk about. Get the overall shape, and the fat underneath her chin kind of curves around. I'm still trying not to hiccup. I can feel it right in my chest. It's trying to. And you see the cheek rhythm, instead of being like right at the corners of the mouth, it's actually a lot lower. So her mouth is probably somewhere over here, corner to corner. And she's got these deep nasal labial folds because the cheek fat is so thick. And then she has the rhythm for the chin. I'm going to bring the chin down. So it's kind of unconventional. I mean, I'm deviating from my normal process because it's a little bit different of a face. And I'm trying to look for the overall shape. And I'm a little bit what do you call it? I'm drawing cold, basically. I haven't drawn yet today, and or I haven't done my circles. So we're just looking for the big shapes. And the shoulder looks like it comes in kind of like right about here, and then over to here.
𝔸𝕐𝕥𝕥𝕣𝕒𝕥𝕐, very complicated feature. But now I draw faces 75% match because I learned drawing with your live session. Very helpful session, artist.
Nice, thanks. Appreciate it. I really appreciate people watching. When I first started, it was
I'm
like
17 and learning realism so I can be great at it.
there you
Your
go.
videos help a lot, smiley face.
Nice. Yeah, when I first made videos.
I asked this before, but how do you make time to be consistent with streams and uploads?
I do the first thing in the morning. For me, it's like if the first thing I do in the morning, I'll be more consistent with it. So that's why I always talk about wake and draw, because it's, I don't know, it's different for everybody probably, but for me, it's like the first thing I do, if I just do it right away, then I'll be way more consistent. It'll be like a daily habit. Whereas if I try to do this like at 2 in the afternoon, it's a lot more challenging for me to be consistent. And then there's time management things, which I am not good at. I'm still trying to figure that out. I'm so disorganized. Like if you can see my my studio here, it's just, it's chaos right now. Especially, I mean, we just moved here, but it's really hard to organize. I think it's like an artist thing too. So I'm going to measure from her brow to the very, very top of the head and see where I'm at. Let's see, so from the brow to the top of the head, and then I'm going to compare it to the bottom of the chin, and it comes to right about middle of the nose. So I need to come up to here, because she's looking down, right? So we can see more of the top of the head. And she's got the part, kind of runs, you have the center line, and then of course we see more of this side, so this part is going to run to the side. So this is going to just be our warm-up, I guess, our head laying warm-up. And I don't know if we'll do all 3 today, because I still want to show you like the old drawings I did from years ago. I think it's really important. It's really fun to see like other artists who've been doing it for a while, and then you see their old artwork and you see where they came from. I think that's really important. So at least it's inspiring to me to see like other people's artwork from when they first started out, and then you can see how much they've grown and how much skill they have developed over the years. And basically it teaches you that anybody can do it if you just stick with it and you get the right information, right?
It's true. Studies say that the messier your spaces, the more creative you are, and you're likely to be an artist.
Yeah, it's a pain in the butt. You have a hard time organizing things. It's like every time I like make a schedule, it just falls apart after a week. It's like crazy. It's like I organize the desk, and then in a week it's just a mess again. It's like, I don't know. I think it's a skill, like everything else, right? Man, she has long hair, but it's like pulled back in a bun. You can't see it because of the face is so like wide, maybe. Like I can't even see her ear very well, and I think you should be able to see it. But let's see. I should probably put my glasses on too. All right, that didn't help at all. Now it's just foggy and dirty. Who touched my glasses? Wow, I just broke it. Ugh, cheap glasses. I just popped out the lens. Hold on a second. There it is. All right. Okay. All right, let's just take my time. I think that the hiccups threw me off earlier. Now I'm like super nervous for some reason. Let's see. Let's work on this nose. I'm going to make it a little bit wider. I'm going to look at the structure of it a little bit more instead of just like a block in. Kind of curves down. It's like a cute little button nose. You see the cartilage coming up right here. It creates this little, oh, it actually connects to the 𝔻𝕍𝕒𝕐𝕱 fold. That's a trip. So that line, that 𝔻𝕍𝕒𝕒𝕐𝕱 fold right next to the nostril kind of curves up and into the shadow shape, the plane change of the side of the nose right here. That's kind of cool. I didn't even notice that before. It's not really a great photo. I mean, it's a great photo, but it doesn't have what I normally like for like practice drawings. It doesn't have those heavy shadows. It's like a soft lighting, but it's still such a great reference that that I think it'll be okay, especially for
Hi Brad, glad to catch you. I love watching these videos.
Thanks.
For making them. I learned a lot.
Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. I want to change the voice. It's kind of like, I don't know. Some of the voices on the auto chat I can't really understand that well. It's kind of funny. Let's see. I think it's me though. It's my my auditory issue that I have, where I have a problem like, processing the sound sometimes. Let's see. My favorite though is the UK female voice. That's pretty cool. Go back.
Oh, hi man. Sorry for being late.
No worries. I was late. I'm late every day. Let's see. Good to see you. I'm trying to get my groove on over here. So let me back off. Let me just think about the rhythms. Going back to the basics. I love how this rhythm comes over and then tucks into the corners of the mouth. That's so cool. And I love the shape of that lip, like the Cupid's bow right here. And it looks like she might be about to speak, or no, it looks like she's just smiling, you know, kind of a smirky way. So it's going to be an asymmetrical shape. And her upper lip is really thin. And I have that tendency to make lips really thick, so I got to watch it. And then the bottom lip comes out. And this one tucks over. This is such a deep groove right here. Just a little bit. I mean, you can see the shadow a little bit. Like if I was to really push it, I can make the cast shadow. Because it's so, the lighting is so diffused. But you can probably just fake it. And then we have, wow, you don't even see the column of the mouth really. You see the marionette line. That's these lines right here coming off. And they almost want to connect to the mandibular cutaneous ligament, which you can see how it works with the face really well. That's what's holding the position of the chin line basically, is these two little ligaments that sit right here. And then we have the chin on that rhythm. You can see some of that. This is just like heavy body fat.
On her forehead. She doesn't have any eyebrows.
Yeah, she's got eyebrows like I do. They're very, very light. I think she, let me zoom in. Yeah, she has eyebrows. They're just like really light blonde like mine are. So it looks like they got shaved off. The problem with that is like when I'm in the sunlight and I'm like squinting down because I got light blue eyes, and it's just like the sun really hurts my eyes, and I don't have have really light eyebrows. When I squint and all that stuff in the sunlight, people think I'm mad. It's like, and I could be having the best day, like the happiest moment, and somebody will be like, "Bro, what's wrong?" It's like, oh, nothing. It's just my face. My face just does that in the sunlight. I'm gonna do a rhythm for the frontal bone. And it kind of lines up with the side plane of the head and the brow ridge too. So she's got that really heavy brow ridge. She has a lot of that supraorbital fat. Just all the fat pads in her face are like completely full, right? And yeah, you don't really see a tear trough groove too much. Maybe it might be because of the lighting a little bit, but it should be about right here. I see a little bit of value change, but you certainly don't see that mid-cheek furrow on her at all, because her face is so full. That would be that line that comes all the way down here, kind of parallel to the nasolabial rhythm. But yeah, you don't really see that. And it looks like her ear sits right about here. And it's barely showing. She has the neck rolls. Like I said, you can't see the sternum, you can't see the clavicle. I really like how the strap is kind of pushing the fat down, and then it kind of bunches up right here. It's like an opportunity to really show the weight of the bag too. If you're doing like a full drawing or painting of this person. And you got this, got the shirt coming down. You can put little patterns here if you want to in a little bit. Let's see, let's go. Yeah, you can kind of see the other ear. I can't tell if that's the ear or if that's the hair. I'm gonna go with the ear. So the top of her ear is really far up on the forehead, and that indicates that her head is looking down, because when the head tilts down, the ears go up. The head tilts back, the ears go down. So if we came across to here, it looks like her top of her ear is going to be right about here. So we can go to the other side, and I think her ear is shown, but it's just behind some hair. And my eyes are so bad, I can't, it's so hard to see the details sometimes. Let's see, maybe I'll make the ear a little bit taller. There we go. Give it some extra life. I'm trying to change the shape a little bit. It's so fun. His photos of these people, it's just, it like calls you to change and exaggerate their appearance. Because they're like pure characters. These.
I think her double chin should be a bit bigger.
Let's see. The double chin should be bigger. We can really just go crazy on it if you want. Let's see, let's come down here. You can't really see the ear too much. Let's give her a little bit of dark value for right up in the front. You can see the corrugator muscles in her brow right here engaged, like they're pinching in, and then it's causing these little furrows. And her brows are really heavy. I'm looking for the rhythm of her cheek. go back down into the marionette line. That's these lines right here. Oh my gosh, the column of the mouth is like, I've never seen that before. That's interesting. So you have the marionette line coming down, and then you have this line right here. Normally this is just like a very subtle rhythm, but in her case it's like digging deep, causing a groove I've never seen before. That's kind of cool. Like right here, there's like that crease. I see that in like really old people, has a like a little wrinkle, but this is a little bit more intense. And then there's little pitting in the chin, and that's because that mentalis muscle attaches to the surface of the skin. So you'll see what sometimes they call it like orange skin.
Really like what you're doing.
Thank you. I feel rusty right now. But the mentalis muscle attaches into the surface of the skin, so it causes pitting, and you'll see that when you get older. You can also see it when somebody's like her, like she might be about to say something, that muscle's flexed. So you'll see like these little kind of like little dimples in the chin area. And that's because the muscle underneath is actually attached, feeds into the skin more so than other areas of the face. I guess I can kind of see a little bit of a form shadow. I might just try to push those shadows a little bit on this one. I wish it had more stronger light on it, more sunlight like the other ones. But I was looking for people with like really full faces on the on Instagram today. This is what I came up with. Let's see. The best part about the Earth's World Instagram, it's like, it's not photoshopped, it's real people. And you see all these different like crazy hairstyles, and you're just like, how did that even make it out the house? Like, oh, some of the makeup is insane too. And you can see like she doesn't really have highlights. I mean, she has a highlight in the hair, but not like the sun is not reflecting into the hair at all. But you do see like dark roots. Her hair was bleached. She went blonde at some point and then let it go.
This one is fine, but a bit challenging.
Yeah, I think I'm feeling the challenge on this one too. I kind of want to exaggerate the shape a little bit more. Let's see, let's do the eyes. So the inside corner of the eye, man, they're really close together too. So you get a lot of variations in the...
But that's the fun part.
That's where you learn, that's for sure.
Do you know if he gets permission to use his subjects' photographs?
That's a great question.
I love a good challenge.
That's a great question. I don't think he does, because I was talking with him on messaging. Let's see, let me try to get this focused. Because I was trying to use some of his references in a drawing course, but he talked to somebody, a lawyer or something, and then I did some research as well, and it turns out it would be it's like in the gray area, so we decided not to do it. But I don't think he gets permission. I think I don't know how he sets it up too. Like at the fairs, because usually he goes to like county fairs, and sometimes it looks like he's shooting from the hip, like up. He gets like really strong up angles, and other times it's like straight out like this. So maybe he has like a powerful lens on it, on his camera. Maybe he's sitting at a bench or something and just waiting for people to walk by. I don't know. But I was really hoping I can use some of his references. I was gonna, of course, talk about price and pay for it and stuff. But yeah, it just got a little complicated with the the law. Let's see. And a little bit of a highlight deep inside the dark eye. That's always fun when there's like a tiny little speck inside the deep shadows of the eyes.
He's just a street photographer capering people at right timings.
Yeah, I've tried that before. Like when I was in high school, I was getting heavy into photography, and back then it was like it wasn't any digital.
I usually use references from Pinterest or I draw people I see.
Yeah, I like
Definitely,
Pinterest.
He catches them far away.
Yeah, I like Pinterest a lot. But I started to get kind of tired of it because, I don't know, maybe it's my algorithm or something. I don't know if they have one or not. But I keep getting like the same look, the same model, and everything looks the same after a while. I don't know if they have an algorithm. Probably, huh? That's why it was so refreshing to see like these candid shots of real looking people. So I developed like the plane change a little bit. I kind of pushed that core shadow on the nose a little bit. And then we have a little bit of a kind of almost looks like a bunny line. Like a little, like she's lifting up that levator muscle a little bit. Maybe on this side, this upper lip is kind of going up. So it's creating a little bit of a line right here. But I'm afraid if I keep pushing it, it'll start to look like a disgusted look, which it might be already.
Great sketch.
Let's see. So we get the underside plane of the eyelid. Man, I really want to put like a different shape of the. Let's see. Let's see.
All of them in his page have more imperfections, looking more human.
Yeah, definitely. I'm going to flatten this spot out a little bit. And then have it curve around. Yeah, I didn't get her likeness on this one. That's okay. It's a warm-up. Draw for the trash. Let's see. But I really like those creases in the mouth. Kind of push those a little bit. Get them really deep creases. Yeah. I wonder what we'll do next. What should we do next, guys? Not on today's, but like maybe maybe tomorrow's stream. I kind of want to do more sci-fi stuff. So we got this big like shadow, this big form shadow on the cheek. It comes down to the superior cheek fat. You can see this right here. Then you have the inferior cheek fat, but it's just buried in the overall body fat that's crept up through the neck and then into the face. You can see some of those fat pads.
Luna's mannequin. Whole human body of fat person next.
Let's see.
Old art.
Oh, what if we did? I don't know. That might be really hard. Let's see. Numerous mannequin, whole human body of fat person next, and old art. Yeah, I should definitely do like a figure too, huh? Like a.
Old school art.
What if we did like a master study and then turned it into like a sci-fi?
Hello, everyone.
Hello. Who is that? Cassandra K, what's up? Thanks for coming. Let's see. Yeah, we can totally do like take like a master artwork of some master in the past and turn it into like some weird sci-fi thing. That'd be fun. It'd be really hard. I'll probably spend more time looking for a reference. Okay, I'm going to look for some occlusion shadows. Those are like, or just the darkest areas. So like in the side. Like this, her hair is really dark down in here. Fill her eye in. And this is all in shadow. Let's do this other eye. I'm going to make it where you can see the pupil a little bit more.
Good idea, Brad.
I totally obliterated the the highlight. I'm going to pull that guy back out. Where's my 𝗕𝕗𝕣𝕒? Yeah, you'll see, like, it's interesting. I was looking at my old artwork.
What outline perfect to the photo. I love it. Thumbs up, hands clapping, hands clapping.
Clapping hands, thank you. And I was looking at my old artwork from before art school, and my iris, like this area right here, they're all so huge. And I don't understand. I think that happens a lot with people when they first start out. For some reason, we make the iris just gigantic compared to what is actually there. So it's kind of funny.
Draw 𝔸𝕐𝕥𝕥𝕣𝕒 next time, lol. It looks so good.
𝔸𝕐𝕥𝕥𝕣𝕒 with Princess Leia on his lap. Trying to feed that shadow, that kind of like, I guess that would be form shadow, and feed it into the dark of the hair. And then I can kind of come in. Actually, maybe I'll use this one.
I'm having trouble drawing 𝔸𝕐𝕥.
I'm just using the pen eraser to come in and make some kind of textures in the hair a little bit. Yeah, I'm going to put some shadow underneath the nose too. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and exaggerate the shadow shapes.
Hello. Hey, one question. My drawings look good on their own, but they don't look like the reference. Any tips on how to fix that?
Are you trying to make it look just like the reference, or you want it like, I mean, if it looks good already. I think one thing that works really well if you haven't done it yet is holding it up to a mirror. Like take your drawing, and then when you see it flipped over, you can see a lot more of the issues with it. That helps a lot. I talked about that before, and my mom used to teach me to do that when I was a little kid. Like I would show her a drawing, and she'd be like, "Oh my gosh, that's really good." And I'd take it in the hallway and look at it in the mirror. And then I'd be like, "Oh yeah, okay, the nose is like 3 inches over or something." So.
It's easier to draw women than men to me.
Oh really? I find like older men are a lot more fun because I feel less. It's like there's more lines in the face, and I can get away with a lot more, as opposed to like a young person. like a young woman or something like that, with the skin is so smooth and there's like no wrinkles at all. So I have to be like really delicate. But with an old dude, I can just like go for it and not worry about it. I'm gonna try to get this tooth, but not too much.
Sometimes I make the eye bigger or smaller jaw. Any idea how to overcome it?
Just you can try like comparative measuring, where you measure the length of the eye and compare it to the length of something else around it. So like maybe take
Smaller chin.
like make this length of the eye and compare it
Do
to.
you use Conte pencils on drawings other than newsprint? It seems like every artist hardly use Conte for drawings that have more texture and use generals instead.
That's true, yeah. It's weird though, because sometimes I generally use generals for charcoal paper, like really like Strathmore or something, the 400. But sometimes I still go back to I'll use this pencil for like an initial lay-in.
Princess Leia tomorrow.
Princess Leia, I don't know. I'll try to find a good reference. Oh, you can really see this cheek fat right here, so strong that it creates like a little plane change. Kind of comes around. I'm gonna push it, and then I'm gonna kind of blend it out a little bit.
Drawing men facing hair is a task in its own, especially if you have to with wigs in the head. Getting eyes to look symmetrical is kinda hard for me.
Yeah, it's all hard stuff, man. It's weird too, because like some days you'll be like on it, right? And then other days you're having a struggle. It's like weird. Like I feel like yesterday was such a triumph. Like it was so much fun with that cyborg. And then now I'm like kind of struggling to get back to like just like a normal portrait. Of course, this one's a little bit more advanced, that's for sure. It's not like I'm drawing like Sean
What do you think
Connery.
about stellar pencils?
What kind of pencils? Oh, yeah, those are good too. Graphite. Do they make a charcoal, or is it just graphite? I'm gonna come over here. I'm trying to figure out this crease thing going on. So when you have a trouble like I'm having in this little corner, just erase it and take your time and really look at the different shapes.
Bing bong. But expensive.
I have a few of those pencils, but I haven't used them in months.
They have carbon pencils called 𝔸𝕠𝕒𝕠𝕙.
There we go. This is starting to look better. I think I'm impatient. I think that's what's going on. It's funny, like,
Everything in stellar is expensive but with good quality.
yeah, I wish I could find like a really cheap pencil that's just perfect. There's always like a fight between expensive and quality with the art stuff. The thing I hate the most about this pencil is the quality
Why not
changes.
use raw charcoal?
Oh, I do sometimes, yeah. But I studied an art school, and I got so used to using the smooth newsprint and this pencil or the Wolf's Carbon, which I have one over somewhere, as a like a practice, like every day, just drawing on these cheap pieces of paper, and just basically just trying to get through a bunch of studies. And then when you go to like a charcoal paper and different pencils, you're already going to be really good with your skill level, because you've been drawing so many practice portraits. You could tell I'm having a hard time thinking and drawing at the same time right now. It's so funny.
Have you ever tried painting or drawing with colored pencils?
Artists, please help. Tell me choose a method like Loomis, Reilly, etc. I am confused because I learned 4 methods.
You 4 methods. That is a issue that happens a lot. Let's ask a question. Let's see. How do I do this? Add an option. No, I don't know how to do the poll. I was trying to think of. Let's see. Well, I'll just ask you guys. What do you
think about Prismacolor soft-colored pencils?
Do you guys prefer Loomis or the Reilly method? Or do you guys just prefer to try to draw what you see? I like the combination of drawing what you see and drawing what you know, because I feel like you can draw what you see, but then it's fun to manipulate things a little bit and have fun with it. And so if you have a bunch of knowledge, then you can pull from that and you can create.
Did they ever teach to draw on different papers in Watts Atelier? Newsprint and Conte seems like the 2 things they are always set on.
Loomis for basic construction and Reilly for the detail.
Yeah.
Reilly won.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, Watts, they have different specialty classes, so they might have like a gouache and they use different kinds of paper. They have inking, they use other kinds of paper. They have painterly drawing.
Reilly is more to details.
Drawing what I see in Loomis.
Yeah.
Loomis.
Yeah, Loomis is really a good place to start too. If you want to start somewhere, definitely start with the Loomis.
To catch likeness, I have to draw what I see.
What was I saying? Oh yeah, at Watts. That's what I was talking about. At Watts Atelier, they also did a painterly drawing class, which is really fun. Charcoal, heavy charcoal, powdered charcoal on. I think we were using Strathmore 400 paper. So they use different kinds of paper for different classes.
This text-to-speech man, low open mouth smile.
But they prefer to use the smooth newsprint in the main, like, fundamental classes especially, because you're going to go through so many drawings. You're going to do so much practice. Like, it keeps the cost of it down basically, and it's a really good paper. It's like the texture is really nice, and it works so well with this pencil. So it's easy to erase and change and fix mistakes and manipulate the Conte on this paper. It's like a beautiful combination of, it's a symbiotic relationship between this pencil and the paper. So yeah, I like it. Let's see, I want to make this line really sharp.
I think that the Loomis method gives you the dimensions of the skull, or the 𝔻𝕉 method gives you a way to draw the muscles and lines of the face.
I prefer Loomis because Rocco taught me, but sometimes I don't follow the circle side of the head and instead find the features and the big angles.
Yeah. I had a problem with the side plane of the head as well, trying to keep, because I would hold on to that. I get this one off of Amazon. This is a Pro Art brand. You can also get a Strathmore, but it's a little bit darker in value. This one's brighter and a little bit cheaper actually.
I think it's the way Loomis and Reilly complement each other.
Let's see. Yeah, they definitely complement each other. I mean, dealing with the structure of the head, that's not going to change. It's like science. So it's pretty much the skull is going to dictate most of your facial landscape
Have you ever
anyway.
been angry or pissed on something you went wrong and realized it too late?
Oh yeah, all the time. All the time. And I hate it when if I'm doing like a demo or a live stream and I'm talking about that very thing, and then I realize I just made that exact mistake and it's already too late. So that happens. It'll probably happen today. It's probably happening right now. Let's see. I kind of want to put value in the background. So I'm just going to use my pencil, the side of my pencil, and pulling long strokes with it, and then...
I recommend his video on breaking charcoal pencils. So funny, lol.
Oh,
What do you do when you are not really in the mood to draw?
You go in at the end of the portrait with a heavier dark pencil and an eraser for highlight, low light contrast.
No, not usually. Not on these practice
Sometimes
ones.
that's my biggest fear.
What was the other question?
To start it initially.
Oh, I like that question from Vic. What do you do when you're not really in the mood to draw? I draw any head. Doesn't matter. It's got to be something. That's why I have a file of references I keep, so I don't have to think about it. If I'm in, like today, I kind of feel like that today. Like I don't, but I already had these references in mind, so I pulled those up and just do it. So it's a little rough. I mean, if you don't feel like drawing and you make yourself, it's going to be a little bit different. But sometimes when you go ahead and do it anyway, you'll surprise yourself and it'll be just a blast. I always feel better after I draw anyway, even if I don't want to and then I force myself to. I'm never like, man, I wish I didn't draw. It's always like, oh yeah, I drew today. That's awesome. I feel like I got something done. Some days it's like it feels like you're going to the gym to work out and you don't really want to. Most days it's the motivation is there, but every once in a while there'll be like a non-motivated day and you still got to do it. Yeah, that's how you keep the momentum going. Because you might run into the problem where, wow, she looks really cartoony. See what I'm saying? My drawings are like changing.
Do you hear music while drawing? Does it make you feel better?
Sometimes, yeah. Yeah, I like music that doesn't have a lot of words in it. Or if it's an old song with words in it, but it's so old, I listen to it so many times I don't even pay attention to
I'll
the...
draw you artists soon.
Yeah, so I'm doing the egg effect now. So the light on the top of the portrait is going to be strongest, and then as we move down, that light's going to drop off a little bit. So I'm putting value into the light side.
Were you and 𝔸𝕟𝕒𝕒𝕒𝕒 fellow classmates?
Stan was my teacher. He was one of my first teachers at 𝔻𝕗𝕗𝕗. So I came in for a boot camp. It was like an 8-day intensive, right? So it's like 8 hours a day for 8 days or something like that. And it was I think it was in the summer, 2011. Yeah, he was one of the teachers there when I first started. And I think it was about 2012-ish that he started his online courses and stuff. And then he went on his own. And yeah, I think that was around 2012, maybe 13, I'm not sure. But yeah, he's one of my first. I think I had him for a painting class, a portrait painting class during that my first introduction to classes at Watts. And then I had, let's see, Ben Young was in my portrait drawing class. I think I had Eric Gist was on the figure drawing class, I think.
What do you think of his courses?
But how do you determine egg effect when the direction of light is behind the subject?
I would look for light shapes and stuff like that for sure. I really like I like Stan's videos for sure. I actually go through them and brush up on the fundamentals all the time, especially for figure. He helped me a lot on his videos with the bean shape. You know, that talking about the body bending and twisting and stuff like that. You've probably seen that a lot. And you get like the gestures. So his stuff on gestures is awesome. Anyway, so like I really like thinking about the bean as a base for like a figure. And then using the overall gestures. So that works really well. He has really good videos on that. All right. So you guys want to see some old artwork? You want to see some of my old stuff before art school? I'm going to come into here and hit some of these really, really dark occlusion shadows.
What do you think about Kim Jong-gi?
Yeah, let us see them.
Yeah. Yeah. I want to see.
Yeah. I want to see that old stuff. Okay, let me darken this background up a little bit. And we'll do a show and tell. Man. I'm trying to lose some of those edges too. I'm trying to play with that idea.
Immediately putting pressure on you, lol.
Add a little bit more form to the eye socket. Nice. All right, let's look at some old artwork. So I have two files I've made.
Oh, well, looking at your old art make you cringe.
Yeah, it does, but it's inspiring because it's helpful to remember how far you came. It really is. I'm glad I kept some of them. Kept photographs in a file. So I have one that's from, let's see. So I have a file where it's artwork before 𝗻𝕗𝕗 Atelier, and then I have some right at the beginning when I started. So let me try to find that real quick here. Let's go over. Okay, there's the file before. Let me pull up that display. Okay, so can you guys see that? So I can't see what you guys see right now. Let's see, so let's look at this first one. So this is like, let's see, I started Watts 2011. This is about 2008. Here's a drawing I did from life. And I don't know if you can see it. Can you see that straight line right there? There's this really straight line. And I can't remember the book I was reading, but it was telling me to start a portrait with one vertical straight line and then build off from there. So it said to like run that straight line right through the eye, the main eye, if you're doing like a 3/4, and then base the features off of that line. So then you would see where the corner of the mouth is, the nose, stuff like that. But I don't know.
Yeah,
It just looks
that
really,
is great.
it just looks really flat. Like I can tell, like I don't know the structure of the face, so I'm looking for big shapes. And the other thing to remember is I didn't draw this like in an hour or 2 hours or 3 hours or 4. This is a week. This is me working on it every day for a week, which is tedious. It's just so much work. And so what happens when you learn like the structure of the face, you learn the anatomy and the Reilly rhythms and the loomis, you draw faster. Like you start to develop a sense of the face instead of trying to like focus on the shapes only and just struggling with the shapes for
Better
forever.
than my drawing long.
Can you see the irises are so big? 'Cause it's just like, I don't know. I feel like,
But it looks good.
yeah, thanks. But I can see all these issues with it. The far side eye is not too bad actually. There's some other ones where it was a problem. So I took that one and I tried to do a painting, and I added some color as best I could. And then I think I just gave up on it from this point. I think I just left it like raw and moved on to something else. And then let's see. Oh, and then so this was a period of time when I'm like trying out different stuff. I actually had a blog and I called it 𝔹𝕐𝕥𝕥𝕐. So I was trying to teach myself, or at least teach myself through books, right? Because there wasn't that many videos yet at the time online. So I was just trying to read stuff and figure it out. So I had a book on the 𝔻𝕐𝕥𝕥𝕐 method, and that's where you set up a cast, right? So I bought this cast. It wasn't even cheap, but product-wise, it's pretty cheap. You can see the warp. It's all warped. It's not really clean. The lines are kind of messed up, but it was like the cheapest one I could find. And you set it up right next to the drawing board. Instead of having the drawing board in front of you, you have the cast, and then you have the drawing board side by side. And then you walk away 10 feet, and then you use your whatever stick to find the horizontal and vertical lines. And then you walk up to the paper and you make your mark and you go back and forth. So I probably walked like 100 miles during the process of making the site-size drawing.
My drawings improved a lot when I started drawing with you. I am so thankful to you.
Oh, thanks. I love sharing this stuff. It's so awesome. The Reilly method especially, and the loomis. So here it is. Like, I think this is finished, and this is as far as I can get. Again, this is like walking back and forth across this room, as you can see, and you have to keep everything dark around it because you're trying to use this one light source to create those cast shadows. It was a really good exercise, but man, it was tedious. It was so tedious. Just, ugh. But it did help me see shapes better, I really feel, because you quickly can see like what shape is wrong when you're doing that method, the 𝔻𝕐𝕥𝕥𝕐 method. But again, it's tedious, and I don't know. It's a good exercise for shape identification, I think, but for like anatomy knowledge and stuff, of course, it doesn't really help much. And then here's another painting I did about the same time. I was trying to do a self-portrait. And you can see again, my iris is really big. Everything looks kind of flat, so I didn't understand the shadows yet. I didn't understand things like the form shadow, the core shadow, reflective light going into the shadows.
OMG, now I want to do that.
Oh yeah, the 𝔻𝕐𝕥𝕥𝕐. Yeah, it's a good practice if you want to try it. I definitely give it a shot. So this is the initial drawing for the painting, and this is where I start to cringe because my understanding of the face. Oh my gosh, look at that painting. It's crazy.
Nice hair, lol.
So you can see the mouth is too far down. There's not enough chin, maybe. The 𝗕𝕐𝕥𝕥𝕐𝕐, the shadows look concaved. I didn't understand. See, I didn't even know how to draw ears at this time. See, the ears look kind of funny. And again, this is not like an easy one-day painting. This thing I worked on for months. It was just so painful. This is an old shirt I had. This is when I was living in Hawaii, and somebody gave me this shirt. It's a really pretty shirt.
You used to have long hair.
Yeah, I did for a little bit. But again, it just like, because I didn't know stuff, I had to like just rely on sight only, and I was still new at that even, so it was a lot of work. And eventually I had to abandon it, and it was so hard to let go because I put so much time into it. But it's funny, I actually took this painting, it's a pretty good size, and this is when I was moving from Hawaii, so I had to get rid of some stuff for the move back to the mainland. And I took this with some other stuff and dropped it off at the Goodwill and just donated it. And a friend of mine, maybe a couple of months later, she sent me a text with a picture of this painting, and she's like, "Is this you? Like, my friend found this weird painting."
At first I thought it was Keanu Reeves.
And she's like, "Is this you? I thought my friend said like she found some weird ass painting at the at the thrift store," and then when she saw it, she knew it was me. That was funny. So at least I got some sort of like likeness, but man, I had to let that painting go. It was terrible. It was so much work. So I knew
I see some tattoo art there.
I knew I needed some help. Oh, here's the initial. I love this one. I look drunk. That's when I started that painting. So I did the drawing. Where's the drawing at? So we started off with the drawing. Started off with that guy, and then I started the painting phase. I had no idea what I was doing, and then I guess that's the final. I mean, that's the farthest I got. So then I just let that go, and then I have some other drawings. So again, you can see like it's flat. Don't really understand the structure of the face. The ear, of course, I'm just dying. Can't draw the ear yet. Here's some self-portrait. This was actually from a long time ago, like 2000 maybe. I don't know what I'm doing at all. I think I'm doing squiggles and kind of I don't know what I was doing. Then I tried some ink, and that's me in a hoodie. I actually like that one. It's kind of funny. I was trying to do like a facial features and like landscape of the face without knowing anything. I was just trying to make wrinkles in my own face. Here's one. I'm looking at a mirror. You can see things don't line up, so I don't know about the head tilt. I don't know about keeping things on the same tilt line. Again, with the structure, I'm just solely focused on shapes and not doing, that great of a job at the shapes. Let's see. For a little bit in Hawaii, I was drawing on surfboards for people. So this is a little thumbnail I did for a surfboard. I think the guy was a pastor at a church, and so I did another thumbnail. So he wanted a Jesus on the front of his surfboard, and this is what we came up with. And if you can see it, it's like pointillism. So I just used like initial outline and then like little points, and decorated the front of his board.
When did you start going to Art's Atelier?
2011.
Bradwynn and now a master.
And then, yeah, this is an old drawing. I was trying to teach myself through books, and it's really hard to do it through books alone. You really need somebody. You really need to watch somebody draw, and the best is to have them with you over your shoulder watching you draw. There's this one. This one took.
It's cool how you were able to identify what's wrong with your art.
Yeah,
Serving pasta sounds wonderful.
This one took forever. So I worked it and reworked it, and still the eye's off. The mouth is too far in. The ear's way far away, and you can see I was having
How old were you then?
You can see I was having a hard time with the ear. I was reworking it a lot. You can see how the red Conte got mixed in with the white and started turning pink. See, I didn't understand that either. I didn't understand that you're supposed to use the paper value, the value of the paper as the midtone. And instead, I was pushing the
Now I get too nervous when someone watches me draw.
Yeah, me too. And then I was pushing the
I
light.
watch yours and learn. You are there for us this time.
I was pushing the light edges too far up to the dark, instead of letting that paper work the midtone. So again, like those they might look okay, but they took forever to get to that level. And it took a lot of time working on one drawing forever and ever. So this is right at the start of going to Watts. And you can see I didn't know what to do with the background. It was so confusing. I didn't understand vignetting, where you like, you know, just work the shadows into the shadow shapes of the figure itself. And you can see I didn't understand to break the lines. I was keeping all the lines pretty solid. That one also took forever. It was tedious. This one is a lot. This was like a triumph when I did this. I was so happy. This is probably after about probably like 6 months at Watts. Maybe a little bit less. I'm not sure. But again, so that the core shadows, I didn't really understand the balance between the core shadow and the actual shadow and the reflective light. So I'm starting to get there a little bit in certain areas, like the cast shadow on the neck. I didn't understand that it's going to be crisp right underneath the neck, right underneath the jaw, and then it's going to soften up a bit. So I didn't understand to vary the edges.
Did you have a sketchbook?
Yeah, so this one is from the sketchbook, self-portrait. And actually this is before Watts, right before Watts. And you can see like the structure of the face is off a little bit, off center. The bottom portion isn't lined up in the center line of the face. The eyes look okay. The shadows, again, I don't understand I'm not understanding the shapes of the shadows, the core shadows and stuff like that. There's another portrait. This is after, I think about the same time, about 5 months into Watts. So I'm starting to understand the core shadows a little bit. Like this side of the face is a little bit, even though it's in light, it's a little darker in value than this side. So I'm starting to understand that. It looks like I'm using the egg effect pretty well. Like the top is really light, and then as you go down the portrait, it gets darker. So the neck is going to be much darker on the light side. No, he was my one of my first teachers, actually. Yeah, Stan was one of my first teachers. And again, you can see I didn't understand how to kind of vignette the background. I was still searching for that.
I think the next step for you is digital art.
Yeah, that would be awesome. So yeah, digital art would be so cool. Let's see. Did I get all of them? So that's pretty much it. I mean, you can see that just by looking at these, I can see that once I started learning the structure of the face, then things really picked up.
Do you prefer going drawing classes? I don't have anyone here working with human face, and most of them uses grid methods.
Oh yeah, the grid method. I used to do that in high school as well. The grid method is fun, but it kind of lacks, for me, it felt not satisfying at all. It was like, at least for the heavy grid method. Like, I don't know, it's just so tedious to draw out all the grids and then try to follow along each little square. I didn't like it. I did some really cool portraits with it, but I don't know, it just felt like a photocopy more than anything.
Show us more from the Watts.
More from the Watts? Actually, you know what? Let me show this one real quick. I got here, because I was looking for my old drawings yesterday, and I found one that kind of goes along with this one. Let's see. One second. So there she is. Okay, so we have this one, right? Can you see that one?
I hate spending hours and hours on the same work.
Oops, let's go back down. So you got this one, right? Okay, so now when I was looking for artwork last night, I found this one that I did recently, last year. I didn't realize I did it again. So let me pull that out.
When did you get into art, or have you always had an interest? That background, though.
Yeah.
Sometimes makes me feel drop it.
I always had an interest for sure since I was a kid. My mom, big time with my mom. She's a phenomenal artist, but she's very she's very private, so you won't see her stuff, even though it's really good. So, okay. So you can see this one, right? This first one. This was probably a few months into Watts, I think. And then I drew it again, the same reference, a few years, last year. So let's see. So he got that one, and now he got...
I love art.
Now it's this one. And it's a little off in the features. I can see it right now, but you can see how far like you can come just by keeping the practice up, you know? Is Jana in the house?
Mama must be proud, tears of joy.
Hi, Jana. How's work going? Oh, my mom's super proud of me. Talk to her all the time. In fact, yeah, it's crazy when you go to my mom's house. She has like paintings.
Smiling face. Glad I don't have money to teach how to draw portraits.
Boy, that's a lot of progress.
Yeah, so here's the old one. That's the old one, and you can see I didn't understand the coarse shadows and the cast shadows very well.
Hi, Jana.
See how I made this line pretty hard all the way around, and now I know better. I know I can adjust them, and instead of having this hard line all around, you break it up and you change. You vary the edges a little bit, and if you know the structure of the nose, you know what's happening with the little subtleties. So yeah, so there you go.
Teach me portraits. I beg you, 𝗕𝗿𝗱𝗱.
Check out the facial anatomy drawing course.
Side to side.
So I got a facial anatomy drawing course, and it includes three. I try to do 3 full portraits included in that anatomy drawing course. So that course actually goes over the muscles of the face and the fat pads and the ligaments, and you can see all the little details and stuff like that, and you'll see that after the course. But you'll also have 3 full portrait demos at the end where I talk all about the shading process. Hey babe. I was just about plugging my stuff. This is the advertisement part of the live stream.
Hello.
I was showing them some old artwork from back in the day, like this one here. That's the same one, and I did this one like last year, I think. So this is like, these are like 10 years apart. Yeah, I think those are 10 years apart. So this one, yeah, that's crazy. That's about 10 years. And then 10 years later, we're on this one. Yeah. Oh yeah, this one. I'll just do that. I don't know. I was feeling kind of rough today. After my high of... You feel rough too? You feeling a little bit better than yesterday? No?
I have really bad pain this earlier.
Oh, I'm sorry, babe. Get you more tacos. Aw. But yeah. Oh, I turned off the chat. Darn it. Sorry, guys. So there you go. That's the live stream for today. If you want to learn a portrait, check out the course. It's in the link below. It's on sale still, 33% off. Got the new coffee cup from, if you check the link out for the t-shirts, you'll also see the little power rhythm head coffee cup. And my hiccups have gone away, thank God.
Can I get your course for free, but...
But what? Bully McGuire says I can get your course for free, but let's see.
Thanks for the live stream, Brad.
Yeah, thanks guys for coming. Good to see you all.
Thanks,
Fong,
Brad. Keep
what's
going.
up? Let's see. Tomorrow, I'm not sure what we're going to do tomorrow. I'll have to think about it today. Maybe, I don't know.
Thank you for sharing your stuffs.
Yeah, I hope you enjoyed the old artwork. It's really important to hold on to your old stuff. Hold on to your old stuff and check it later and see how far you come. It's a good mile marker kind of a thing. So, all right, guys. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. I'm gonna go get.
Thank you. I hope you have a great day, smiley face.
You too. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye. Bye, guys. Say bye, Jenna.